Welcome to another episode of El Camino Podcast. This one, we're going to take a different turn. You can tell a lot about a person from their eyes. Some carry peace, others carry storms. Scriptures say the lamp of the body is the eye. If your eye is sound, your whole body will be full of light. Matthew 6:22. That's not mythicism, that's discernment. You can see mercy, and you can sense when another spirit is moving. Ephesians 2 calls it the prince of power of the air. It's like an invisible current that stirs pride, rebellion, and cruelty among people. Now, I met that current once. I met that spirit once when I was younger. And when you stand closer to power, right, to places, to systems, or to thrones, to presidents, right, you feel that same current again moving, right? That's what this episode is about, you understand? The son of destruction, John 17:12. Not one man, but a force that creeps into leadership, twisting mercy into fear and guidance into control. Every kingdom begins with a promise. The king said he'd protect the borders, strengthen the nation, bring order back. For a while, people believed. They felt safer, right? But the sword that once defended has started to discipline, you understand? Checkpoints, raids, louder sirens, stricter tone. The whole country feels like our house is run by a strict parent. Obedience without warmth, you understand? Maybe the change didn't stop with the king himself. Let's just think about this, right? It could be three possibilities. Let me walk you through some of them. Maybe there's an advisor, a serpent with seniority, right? This is what I think it is. Someone who's been in the system 30, maybe 40 years, who knows every lever, every corridor of power, right? Genesis 3:1 says, now the serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field, right? Craft doesn't shout, it whispers. The serpent doesn't hiss, he advises. He calls control, order. He calls fear, strategy. And in that council, something shifts. Policies grow colder, more enforcement, stronger ICE raids, military strength displayed at home, as if the citizens were enemies. I support any man that's a Christian and that's trying to be a good man, you understand? But there's no way that if a good man is being influenced by a bad man, right? That as a good man, you're gonna allow somebody to misshape the world around you by this serpent. But that's how crafty these serpents are. Sometimes when that snake slips up and overpowers you for 1 second, you're gone, you're finito, you understand? So let me head to another part. Then there's fear, the quiet architect of cruelty, right? Maybe the king isn't ruthless, right? Maybe he's afraid. Maybe there isn't enough. They call this Donald Trump, they call the president king. For me, no man is a king to me. You understand? For me, the only king I got is Burger King down the street. You know what I'm saying? My real king is above, but I'm just trying to tell you, he could be manipulating himself with fear. This is the fair part. Because maybe this king isn't ruthless, right? Maybe he's just afraid at the end of the day. There isn't enough. When the pantry feels empty, every new guest looks like competition, right? Proverbs 11:24. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. That's the truth. Mercy never ruined the nation. Fear did. A cold spirit invited to handle the hard work now bites the innocent. When the weapon you forward starts hurting your own people, maybe it's time to ask, who's leading who?